extending versatility of Python to non-programmers.
Hello, video crew. Can you hear me? Okay.
We did check.
Okay. So I should be doing this session with Mikhail Lakirovich. He's product marketing manager at IBM and also a student here in DePaul University. He does the predictive analytics master. I don't know if anyone here is doing this master right now. Only one? Okay. By the way, I'm Spanish, so you can see that already in my accent. So this is me, basically. I'm working for IBM. It's been now 4 years. And I'm in Chicago. It's been now 8 months. And I'm product manager for SPSS, especially in the programmability part. So we are bringing open source languages like R or Python and doing a nicer integration within our products. So here you have my context. I will share these slides for you if you want to get them. And these icons or logo are like the summary of myself. I'm modeling in Python or R. I'm obsessed with shipping things fast. And this is something, it doesn't really happen at IBM very often. So we are trying to become more agile in our projects. I come from research and university where we used to be very agile and very fast, and in a big enterprise, this is not happening. So we're trying to change that. And I'm obsessed with social coding. So I really see the benefits of social coding. We can see in R or in Python how the open source community is helping to improve these languages. So who knows here, who is using Python for data analysis here? And who knows SPSS? Okay, some people. Okay, so well, this is the URL. You can get all the presentation there. So in case you want to note it, I will have this at the end of the session as well. So just to present you 2 things, and what the goal of this session is basically how we are integrating Python and R or any other language within our solutions. And there are 2 kinds of users for that. It is more like the developers. I guess all of you here are developers, right? So there are 2 profiles, like the developer who is not scared of writing code. And then there are more the business users who maybe they want to use Python, but they don't know how to write a single line of Python. So what I'm going to present here is how we are doing at IBM to add like a user interface on top of Python in a very easy way. So you can create like what we call extensions. And we are improving our products with open source. So basically, I want to show you 2 different software we have. One is Modular, one is statistics. Both are for data analytics. So any of you have seen before SPSS Modular, maybe? You? I'm going to just do a fast introduction of it. This is Modular. It's a very intuitive and it's more for business user data mining workbench. So basically, you have like these icons. You drag and drop the icons, and you create like the flow of the data. It's kind of like an ETL, but you have on top of that a very powerful analytics here. So you have very powerful algorithms. So basically, you have as many functionalities as icons you have. So you might be asking, what if I want to do something that is not available here? So here is where we are extending the solution with open source, and it's what I'm going to show you. In the same way, we have also SPSS statistics. I have it open here, which is like, this is more popular for academics. It's like a Microsoft Excel, but with more sophisticated algorithms and analytics behind. So you can do very powerful analytics. And you have also a syntax, which is like the SPSS syntax. So what I'm going to show you is how you can start writing code of Python in here and how we are trying to improve all the community, which is something we were not doing in SPSS. So what does it mean to extend our products? So the idea we have is we can now run Python code, Python 2, Python 3. We can run as well Java, .NET, R. So we have all our flow of data or all our SPSS syntax, and if there is something we cannot really do with our tools, we can just put our script in Python and we can run it. on top of that, we have something called custom dialog builder that we can create like the user interface of these extensions. And in the backend, we have Python code running. And then you can use whatever you want. Here, you can use some of the Python algorithms or R. You have a lot of R algorithms that are not included in SPSS. You can just use them. You can use some of the cool data visualization libraries you can find in Python or R. You can use them here. And basically, you are putting them in the hands of like business users, but that they don't really want to write these extensions. So if you're not used to SPSS Modular, but every time I show this to like SPSS users, they are very amazed because I have many cool extensions here that are not coming out of the box. So for example, in this software, you don't have any map visualization. So basically, if you are a developer, you simply come here, custom dialog builder, which is opening in the screen. And I can start creating my dialog. So I can drag and drop here some elements. And basically, I have here a space where like I put the script. Okay. So we're improving a lot that like this is only like flat text. We are trying to incorporate here some kind of IDE. It's going to suggest you like if the syntax is correct or things like that. But we're improving all that. But the idea is, if you're a developer, you can create these extensions. If you are a business user, you can just go and like consume these extensions. So like a cool example here I have is this Google Maps. Actually, don't have any tool in SPSS to do mapping, cool mapping. So here, if everything works fine, here is going to open me like a map of the city of Chicago. It's running here. It's creating this map. Here is like crime in city of Chicago, and I can split it in male or female. And actually, in this case, the only thing I'm running is like a dialog. So this is very convenient. You are a developer, you can create your extensions. You are a user, business user, you can just go here and use like if it's a native function. So this is one of the things we are doing. Then something as well, which is quite interesting, maybe if you work in academics or in research, it's not that important, but in enterprise it's very important, is how like you create something and how you deploy it in a business environment. So how you have like maybe real-time data and you are maybe scoring this data, or how you create an API based on some code you already have. So this is something we are bringing here. We have tools that is like taking the whole, when we create a project, it's called a stream. So it's getting the whole stream and it's deploying it and it's giving you the APIs. If your data is in a database, it's not moving the data from like the database to your client. Everything is executed in the database, or we have some technologies like that that are making this easy to deploy. So what we say, like there are some people, they say, you guys, IBM, you're not anymore in the market because you have a very strong open source. I'm number one. I think one of the guys at IBM that is never using any IBM technology. I basically know R and Python. I'm all day using open source technology. And the way we see this is like we are not competing against them. We are extending the open source. So I'm bringing open source to the enterprise. So, well, you have tools like scheduling, job scheduling. When you run something, if it's in green, means that it's running everything in your computer, so it's getting the data, putting it in your computer. If it's in purple like this, in violet, everything is executed in the database. So we have technologies like that. That is, if you really think how to do that with R itself or Python itself, it's quite challenging. So this is like a use case. So you get Modular. You can start using the tools of Modular, but there is something I don't know how to do. I can go create an extension. And basically, if you're the business user, you convert all this code into a simple node. So based on that, that's why I came to Chicago, because we have the SPSS headquarters here. I created like 60 extensions for modular and statistics. But the cool thing here is that we are open sourcing all of that. So that's been a very tough battle with legal, but we're open sourcing all this. So users can go and use them, but developers can go and see the code. So we are putting everything on GitHub. And I'm going to show this in a minute. So we have very cool extensions here, social media. Basically, it's very easy with Python or R or any open source language to go and do a call to an API. Like here, like the only thing I'm doing is just doing requests to the Facebook API or the Twitter API or Foursquare API. But you put it in such a simple way that for the Twitter, you put the hashtag, you say the number of tweets you want, and it's getting you the information. Always, like in this case, it's like with the public API, so you have some limits. But we're having some interesting partnerships with Facebook and Twitter, so we have access to the full API, which is pretty cool. Then some interesting things, like you don't really have access to many of the databases in the market with SPSS. So here I built some connectors to some NoSQL databases like MongoDB. So there is a library in Python to connect to MongoDB. So the only thing I did is just create a dialog, and voila, it's so easy. And everybody's super happy, and it took me like 20 minutes to do it. Geospatial, we see the value of geospatial. I don't know if anyone here is doing things with geospatial, but like in almost any data set, you have some geospatial there. And in many cases, maybe you have only the address and you want the coordinates. So it's simply like do a query to the Google Maps API and you get the latitude and longitude. And once you have latitude and longitude, you can start doing crazy things with geospatial. So based on that, we are creating a lot of extensions. Sometimes we use R, sometimes we use Python. We have a good partnership with Esri, and Esri is a company, they have very cool SDK in Python, and they don't have anything in R. So basically, we are working here in Python. And then some other, like we have many more. I don't know if you guys know about Algorithmia. Algorithmia is a startup. The founder of this startup is the ex-product manager of Microsoft Excel. So it's a quite cool guy. And he did a marketplace for algorithms. So everybody can create an algorithm and publish it in this marketplace. And then this algorithm is an API. So you can access this. Like you have all kinds of stuff like image recognition, like OCR, random forest, whatever you want. And you can access that. So if you're a developer, you know how to do a request. If you are not a developer, you can just go grab this extension and start using it. And we are building many more. And something else we are doing, like what is the power of open source? Is like you have a question, you don't know something, you go to Stack Overflow, you ask, and in 3 minutes, there is someone answering you. We didn't have this, and we are trying to encourage all the community. So we created a huge new community. I'm going to show you something here. So basically, here, but you will have it's all based on like open source, and you have a lot of blog posts that talk about Python. So it's more focused on the developer side. So if you are a Python developer, you have here already like 16 posts showing you how to integrate Python code within SPSS and how to do that. And here you have some cool use cases. And this is completely open, so if you guys want to, because I know like in the master here of predictive analytics, they are using SPSS statistics. And many people, and they learn also Python. But many people didn't know that you can merge all together. So you can use your Python code in your SPSS or your R code in SPSS. You can use everything in the same workbench. So this is a very cool place. And if you have any nice use case, this is completely open. You can go and write a post here. Okay. As I mentioned, we are open sourcing everything on GitHub. So we have here a section called downloads. And this is a big battle for a big company because they are always very scared to provide all the code to the community. So I've been here 8 months, and I spent 5 on the phone with the lawyers. But finally, we are very proud to share all that with the community. So basically, this is like a landing page of our extensions on GitHub. This is gonna be like that next month. So basically, everything that we have in our GitHub account is gonna be here, and you can select your extensions by language. And then you can select here Python down there. And we are trying to create like a community so everybody can go and grab what you, like if anyone is doing something, you can publish it in GitHub and a business user can go and start using it, okay? So it's all based on open source. Everything is free. You cannot go here and try to sell something. We are providing all the code. And then when you basically, like here we have random forest, you provide like all the instructions, screenshots, and very clear how to get started using it. So it's quite simple. Like this is the account if you want to have a look. We don't have many now. We are planning to do a migration because we have, for SPSS statistics, we have 110 extensions already. And something quite cool is that you can install them within the product. So this is statistics. And you can go here to extensions. And we have an engine here that is connecting directly to GitHub, is grabbing everything, and is displayed here. And right now it's just a table. But where we are going is going to open some kind of app store within the product. So it's like if you're in the iPad, you open the app store and you see all the apps for your iPad. Here you will have like the same experience. So this is a bit what we are doing. We are trying to teach to the community how to do all that. So we have a training next month in Big Data University, and we'll have many more coming. And these trainings are for free, so you can just go and get started using them. You can get trials of this, and voila, these are my contacts. This is the URL for the community, and I have 2 minutes for questions. I will be around here anyway if you have any other questions. Thank you.
Thank the speaker. Any questions?
Yeah.
What license did you choose, and is IBM going to enforce its patents if we use this software?
We are our extensions are in Apache 2.0, so it's cool. And if you create an extension and you want to share it, you can choose your own license. But we really try to encourage people to use Apache or any open source license. But this has been, out of my 5 months of negotiations, this Apache thing, it's been 3 months. Yeah.
See your social extensions on your GitHub page. Are they there yet? And so where
no. And this has been like another battle. Anything with social media is taking some time. But I just got the news like last week that we are ready to go, so we'll be publishing this in the summer. I hope this summer, yeah. So every time we publish something with a third party, if it's 100% open source, we can publish it straight. We don't have to go through any legal process. If it's using any third-party API, they have to check the terms of use. It's a bit, yeah.
like Twitter, for example, publishes at least its commercial data through YNIP, I believe. And historically, it's been a real struggle. The platforms tend to start with really open APIs, and they close them off as they realize that there's value there. Do you guys have special agreements with each of the social platforms where one would have access to more data through your APIs than they would through the public APIs?
Yeah. So that's a completely different thing, but we have a cloud platform called Bluemix, and we have a lot of services there. Maybe I can just show you in a second fast. And because we have a partnership, we announced a partnership with Twitter, last October. So we have this platform called Bluemix, and here you have access to many different services like database in the cloud or Watson. If you heard about Watson, which is very cool, you have access on that as well. If I search for Twitter, yeah, we have this insights for Twitter. So basically, this is like the result of our partnership. You have here access to the full APIs, but there is some pricing, and it's not free. Maybe it's free. I think it's free for the first 5 million records, but then you have to pay. Yeah. Was another question there?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask about like what the legal questions were about releasing your code open source.
Legal in which sense?
Like you keep saying that you have to consult with legal before you publish things in open source. Like what are the problems?
Oh, problems is at IBM they check everything, even if it's open source. They are always worried that we're not following the rules, or someone is gonna sue IBM because they know they have a lot of cash, you know, and they're really scared about that. Yeah, I'm really jealous about how startups work, because they do something and they just publish it and it's available for everybody. Here we have many rules to publish something on a place like GitHub. So yeah, that's a bit.
Okay, let's thank the speaker again.
Thank you.